Good morning, everybody, and happy New Year to everyone. Everyone is geared up and excited for another year of life to live, and more than anything, another opportunity to accomplish your goals and dreams and aspirations and all those great things. So, great morning, guys. Just want to come to you guys real quick and just share. You know, Coach Jamal here, Coach Millionaire Jamal Mumford is here this morning, and I just share something with you guys this morning just as a means of, you know what I do, you know, being a coach, and it's a new year and you have goals that you want to meet, and I just have something to ask you, because, you know, a lot of times, I'm here again, just like last year, 2019, January we started, and I asked you another question. I said, what goals do you want to accomplish this year? Remember I asked you that question? And all year, all throughout last year, I kept asking you guys, what are you going to do? Hey, Velma, great morning to you. I kept asking, what are you going to do with your 2019? And I kept track of you, and the question is, did you do what you said you were going to do in 2019? And I asked myself the same question. And here's the reality is a lot of things we didn't accomplish because we didn't hold ourselves accountable. We didn't make the necessary changes. So I titled this Not Obvious in 2020 because I want to tell you something that real quickly, I'm about to head into the gym here, but just real quick, guys, I want to see guys I want to tell you something that's not really practical, something that you probably never thought about, because you know we all have these goals we want to meet, and it's exciting. Yeah, I want to meet some goals. I want to have some goals, and I'm excited about my goals, and you got all these dreams and aspirations to get things done, but it's the non-obvious things that I want you to look at as to why you will or will not accomplish your goals in 2020. Okay. And I'm just gonna give you one quick one, and I'll be done. I'll probably come back, obviously throughout the month or whatever, because, first of all, know that there's nothing different about your mind, your subconscious mind, as far as it being 2020. At the end of the day, even though we say Happy New Year, your brain's not saying Happy New Year, right? Because your brain doesn't know. Your brain's not programmed that this is a brand new year. So don't think that there's some kind of magical thing that's going to happen because of it's 2020, and if you're into numerology, some people aren't. More power to them. I just don't really follow that belief because I see 95% of people don't accomplish their goals, right? So therefore we can go ahead and throw away the whole mysticism that because it's 2020 or there's some special numbers that you're going to hit your goals. Okay, so let's go with something that we can track and we can look at. And the first thing I want you to know that, guys, it's not just about saying you want these goals met. So here's a little tip I'm going to give you. I say it's not obvious in 2020 because here's something that you have to do that is not obvious that you should do. You should become more vulnerable. As I talk to a lot of people, even as a life coach, as a person who studied people for many, many years, well over a decade, and just been doing, just the study of it, that one of the things that I've learned, more importantly, even in my life, is things started changing in my life once I opened myself and I became more vulnerable. What do I mean by that? Now, I don't mean vulnerable like people gonna walk all over you and they're gonna walk all over you and they're gonna do things to you and they're gonna abuse you. That. What I'm talking about is the fact that, one of the things that we don't like to do is we don't like to be vulnerable. Because because the whole goal of life is we want to protect ourselves. We want to stay protected, right? We don't want to do anything that's going to make us uncomfortable. And what you have to understand is that, 2020 is not going to change for you, just like it didn't change for you in 2019, because belief systems. So when I say become more vulnerable in 2020, I mean that I want you to. Now you don't have to do this, but I'll tell you, it's going to be the most shocking revelation to you in your life. Is challenge your beliefs, challenge your programming. Just challenge your beliefs. See, and it's challenge that maybe you don't know the right answer, because your beliefs is what got you to where you are today. See, it's nothing external as to why you want to accomplish or not accomplish your goals. It's nothing external. There's nothing. I promise you, there's nothing external that's stopping you. Besides death. Besides death, there's nothing stopping me from accomplishing my goal. You know what gets you to accomplish your goal is your subconscious, your programming. And this may be a little deeply psychological for a lot of people, but just hear the practical side of this. I'm telling you, it's internal, which means the way you deal with the internal is you got to become vulnerable. And understand what I want to say here to you. Write this down. Write it down. I promise you. This is a really principle. Again, this is not obvious. It's something that most people are not going to tell you this principle. Vulnerability is the greatest sign of courage, actually. Vulnerability is the greatest sign of courage. See, why? Because I'm willing to confront my belief systems. I'm amazed when people tell me, well, Jamal, this is what I believe. And you're allowed to believe what you believe. No one's going to be mad at you for believing what you believe. But is that belief getting you success? Is that belief helping you reach your goals? I was watching something last night, just some religious documentary last night. I watched the whole thing. It was pretty mesmerizing, you know. And I'm not here to bash religion or anything like that, anything like that. But sometimes we don't even know why we believe what we believe. We're just following what somebody else said. And you don't even know that. I know I could tell you in my life, there were some things in my life that I was doing religiously that is still causing me headache and pain today. I promise you that. Now, what I'm saying here is that there's some financial things that I learned when I was younger that caused me financial problems later. There are some beliefs about exercising. See, I'm in the gym here. See, if you're overweight right now, I know you don't want to hear this, but if you're overweight, it's because of your belief system about health. So are you willing to question the fact that, well, Jamal, I can't get up early in the morning to go work out? Oh, is that right? Or you can get up early to work out. See, it's a belief system. So if you grew up in a household where no one worked out, guess what's going to happen? You're probably not going to you're probably not going to work out either. Right? You get it? So we like attracts like. We are our programming. So I'm only telling you this, not that I'm perfect in this area, but what I do is I become vulnerable. That means, Jamal, so what's some practices I do to become vulnerable? Get around people, and this gentleman I was listening to lately in the last couple of weeks, he just said one thing about him that I know why he's now very successful in life. Is he says, I keep myself around the thinking that outwits my thinking. That means that, I know for me, a lot of times, especially in a leadership role, and things like that, a coaching perspective, the biggest challenge is that I got to break through people's belief system. Because if they believe the sky is blue, they're not trying to change that idea about the sky is red. And when I say that, I'm saying that because the things that you believe to be true, you could be believing a lie and not even know it. And until you become vulnerable, are you willing to challenge your beliefs, your ideologies, your programming, how you do things? Are you willing to be challenged by that? And I promise you, 2020 will be just like 2019 if you're not doing this one area. Because your answers are in another human being. Your problem will be solved by the people you surround yourself by. You will be the exact same person you were in 2019 and 2020. Watch this. Except for the things you listen to, the things you read, and the people you surround yourself by. I guarantee you. If you don't change your circle, I said to somebody today, they said, Jamal, I don't have no problem with letting go of negative people, but I have a problem with inviting new people. Do you have that problem? See, you don't have a problem. See, everybody on Facebook, it cracks me up. I deleted 100 people on Facebook. I'm deleting people out of my life. Why are you doing that? I don't do that. But what I do is you find greater people than you to hang around, and that's going to help change your belief system. But if you're afraid of that area, see, you know why you don't invite people into your life? Which don't use the excuse that I'm an introvert. That's not working for you. I'm an introvert, Jamal. How's that working out for you? My coach always said to me, Jamal, how's that working out for you? Did you get your goals met? Was it a lot of heartache and tears in 2019? Well, then if you have a lot of tears and heartache and you're not hitting your goals, then claiming you're an introvert is not going to work out. It's not working out for you. See, that's a belief system. And sometimes you'll tell yourself that so many times that it becomes your own misery. It becomes your detriment. That's a sabotaging thought. I'm an introvert. I'm quiet. I'm meek. I like to be behind the scenes. How's that working out for you? My mentor, Myron Golden, always said that to me. Jamal, how's that working out for you? I said, Myron, it's not working out pretty well. He says, I need you to change that belief system. See, so guys, my question to you, like I have a team and it amazes me, your heart. See, I know, especially in network marketing and in my industry of training and leading people, one of the hardest things I've learned in 2019, one of the biggest things I learned is that I can no longer convince people. Because you have to be open to being vulnerable. That I can't change about you. If you're not willing to be vulnerable to help, then I can't help you. See, in every area, you can't be helped. You will not change until you become vulnerable. So again, I end by saying this is the non-obvious thing. See, this is not obvious. Because you wouldn't have thought about that. You thought just write down your goals. You thought pray. You thought have positive energy, do affirmations. That's all fine and good. Those are obvious things. But who's going to tell you in 2020, I want you to be more vulnerable? And being vulnerable, ladies and gentlemen, I've been there. It hurts. It hurts having to go to a coach. See, I have 3 coaches in my life and mentors that I go to about anything. And it hurts when you got to tell them something you did and you say, I need help as a grown man. Like I'm a coach, okay? And I got to go to my coach and say, Coach, I'm not getting it right. It's not working out for me. And they're going to tell you things and they're going to say, they're going to give you the truth about your life. And you're not going to like it. It's not going to feel fun. It's not going to be fun to hear somebody tell you that you're doing things wrong. You got to make that change. You got to get up a half hour early every day. You got to manage your money. You can't keep on doing the same. You got to have another stream of income. You're going to have to sell the car back to the dealership so that you can put 10% aside for yourself and your family's longevity. See, because if you're not saving money for your inheritance, for your long, as 5 years ago, I was leaving my kids a bill. But I reversed it because I became vulnerable and I gave up all my comfort zones. And now, if something happened to me today, I'm leaving my kids a passive residual income. See, that's because I became vulnerable, though. You guys are starting your year pretty well. Okay? And I'm going to keep coming back, just giving you the non-obvious principles that you should do in your life that's really going to help you make some changes wherever you are in life. Just challenge your belief systems. Be vulnerable because vulnerability, remember I told you, is the greatest sign of courage. Vulnerability is the greatest sign of courage. Those who are the most vulnerable are going to make the most changes in their life. And again, write down everything you think about. Are you willing to come to the table and question your beliefs and your programs? I mean, all of them. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's some ones that's deep down inside that you believe. And those are those belief systems that are sabotaging your success. You guys have a great day. January 2nd. Let's get at them. Let's get going. And I'm going to hit this gym because guess what? I like working out. I like the way it feels. It feels good. You guys have a great day. Take it easy.